It's sunny out. Welcome back to one of the last days on Teal House Farm. Today is the day.
It is.
Oop, music. We are going to town to officially sign off and sell the farm. And then we have a couple days. Then we'll go officially buy the new property and move out. So any last minute regrets?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it is a little bit sad. Just because it's like, it's kind of a 180 from what we had sort of planned for our lives in some regards. But I'm super excited. And I thought it was probably going to take us 2 or 3 years to sell this farm. So
yeah, and it didn't. So we're very thankful for that. All right, let's go sign some paperwork. We did it. It's officially sold, but we have possession for a little bit. Have that all worked out because we need a little time to move and couldn't quite line up the closing dates exactly. So closing on the new house in a couple days, and a couple days worth of moving. We're not gonna pay for like a moving company because that's pretty expensive and not going far enough that it's really worth it. But it's probably gonna take a few trips or renting a U-Haul and stuff like that. So we should be out of here relatively soon, but we're cleaning things up. We've actually been working really hard on cleaning things up already, so we're not super behind. We have removed all the pasture fencing. We used electric turbo wire line. The new owner is wanting to brush hog this all down. He's got the equipment to do it, which is amazing, so this will be a great property for him. We've never had the equipment to do it. But we didn't want his equipment getting tangled up in line that had been left out, so we're real careful making sure we pulled everything up. Turbo wire, I guess it's technically reusable, but I just trashed it. It's been up for a while, but I've got all the posts lined up, was able to sell those on Facebook Marketplace. So those will be picked up pretty soon. And that big black tub is my next project. I sold that one for just a little bit on Marketplace because those waterers are actually relatively expensive and they're pretty sturdy. And then Sam is working on this. And before you say, what? I thought you guys didn't have a tractor. We've had this basically since we started here. This is a Gravely, I think it's called a walk behind brush hog. You can get other attachments for it. That's the only one we have. We've used it like twice, and we realized as soon as we started using it that this was not up to that amount of work. It's too small. I remember the 2 times he tried to use it when we were real early on our homesteading career, and we realized that we did not have decent expectations on what land maintenance was going to be for us. He was out there for hours cutting, and he only got like half of it done, and we realized that we were going to have a hard time maintaining the land, that this type of product was just not large enough for the amount of land that we had to do. You could use it probably, work well around the house maybe, but all of that didn't work. And also the steepness of the hill and how rugged the terrain is out there, it kept getting stuck. So it has just kind of sat in our shed. So we found a buyer for it though, so that's gonna go. Sam is working on cleaning it up for the buyer who's coming to get it today, so it's not so dusty. I was hoping to sell our movable chicken coops, which have been stationary for a few years, but upon moving them to the front in order to sell them, we snapped it, so it wasn't as sturdy as I thought it still was. Just all that time, I cannot flip this over, all that time sitting on the ground, it just dry rotted on the bottom, so those will just be crushed and burned. Won't be able to sell those, but not a big deal. Not a big deal. Always a kink in the hose, every time. Every time. there is not a kink in the hose, and it's not hosed. Okay. If you ask me if I'm sad, the answer is no. And this hose perfectly exemplifies why. Well, we've enjoyed our time out here, and I've learned so much, and I'm excited to take what I've learned and apply it to a much smaller area, homesteading in a more urban, suburban type area. Everything, every time, all 10 years, it's just been like this. Like, stuff just doesn't work. My frustration tolerance is pretty gone. Living in an old house where things are broken all of the time. Like, you learn how to make do, but at some point you're just like, at what point in my life do I not have to just constantly make do anymore? Like, I just want the water to work when I need the water. I just want to not have to get up every 3 hours and stuff a stove at night so we're not cold. Like, I'm ready. Also had a lot of time. I mean, this wasn't a, oh, I think we need to move and then we're moving 2 months later. This is something that's been coming for a long time. Moving from town out in the country it's challenging, but it's a little bit easier in the sense that financially you're usually right side up. You're selling something that's worth more because you live in a populated area, and buying something that is worth, you know, usually less. Like, your money goes farther. Going the other way, that was a challenge. Especially post-COVID, when property values just went crazy in town. But that wasn't reflected out here. Our property value has actually not increased, really. I mean, a little bit. Not very much. And so trying to move back to a more populated area, we were on the wrong end of the transaction, and that was really challenging to financially prepare for that. So not really sad. I've already had time to process everything. There's going to be things that I miss, of course. For the quiet. Not having neighbors right next door, I'll miss that, but I think I've had time to process most of it, where it just feels like a part of life. I'm also not naturally a really sentimental person. I never have been, so, like, I know some people be like, oh, I had babies. I've literally had babies in this house. That doesn't really matter to me. I'm not real sentimental that way. This is the current state of about every room in the house, just piles of boxes. It's a little bit stressful, it's just everything everywhere all the time, but I've been trying to pack the last 2 weeks. I've been trying to pack 2 to 3 boxes a day, and that's worked out pretty well, of things. So the kids' rooms are actually almost completely packed, other than a couple sets of clothes that they'll just wear for the next little bit, and we'll just wash them. So the upstairs is basically done, so that feels good. The kitchen is going to be a big project that I really need to work on, and we're going to have to move the canning pantry, which that's going to be another task. I've been working real hard the last month on trying to eat through a lot of the stuff. Like, our meals we've done a lot of soups and things, trying to get through as many jars, so we have to transport empty jars, which will be easier, but obviously there's so much in there. It's meant, you know, to be there for a year. And so a lot of that will have to get transported too. So I'm trying to figure out the best way. I've been kind of putting things in crates with towels, old towels, to kind of, and put them in snug so the jars can't jiggle. I think that's the best I got. So hopefully that does okay. We'll see. Anyway, that's all we have for today. We'll be coming back soon with a lot of moving and chaos, but we'll see you all again really soon.